While Republicans look ahead to New Hampshire, Vice President Harris is already looking towards November. She just made a pretty bold prediction. Watch this.
Well, let me just tell you this. No matter who the Republican nominee is, we're winning. We're winning. If it is Donald Trump, we've beat him before and we'll beat him again.
He did it. Donald Trump has been elected president of the United States again, and it was a landslide. Not only did he clean up the swing states, he won the popular vote as well.
We did it. We did it, Joe.
Thank you.
Thank you for all that you have done.
I know you've been here a long time, and it's been a long night, and it's been a long campaign.
We still have votes to count. We still have states that have not been called yet.
They're still counting votes, and every vote should count.
We will continue overnight to fight to make sure that every vote is counted, that every voice has spoken.
Several states are too close to call, so we're not going to have anything more to say tonight.
So you won't hear from the Vice President tonight.
You should get some sleep. We'll have more to say tomorrow.
You will hear from her tomorrow. She will be back here tomorrow.
We are so proud of you.
We believe in you.
Thank you.
I am so disappointed and really insulted. I'm a Howard alum, and that she didn't have the decency to walk out and say something to her, to her university, make a comment to the United States. Things were not looking well for her.
And I pledge to you, I will spend the coming weeks continuing to unite our party so that we are ready to win in November.
I think America might be relieved at recognizing and realizing they don't have to put up with this any longer. And if this is what they were walking into, maybe it's better that it gets, cut at the nip right now.
So, friends, we have 105 days until Election Day, and we will win this election. Yes, we will.
This was a phone call that we had been waiting on all day. We are told by a senior Harris aide that the vice president did call the former president to concede the 2024 race. She congratulated him on his victory.
And it's very important to me that I listen as much, if not more, than I talk. And mostly because, I'll tell you, I fully intend to win this election. I fully intend to win.
That's a hell to the effing no.
Donald Trump will be the second U.S. president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms.
And, we have to stay woke. Like, everybody needs to be woke.
You know what woke means? It means you're a loser. Everything woke.
And you can talk about if you're the wokest or woker, but just stay more woke than less woke. Yeah. And
everything woke turns to shit, okay? It's true. It's true. Look at what's happening.
We did it. We did it, Joe.
Kamala, it's so important that you win this election, not just for the sake of retaining a real democracy and for the good of the world, but also because I predicted a month ago you'd win this thing, and if you blow it, it's going to make me look bad. Right?
Well, I expect the vice president will become the president-elect next Tuesday.
This is the greatest political comeback in American history, bar none. And he did it his way.
I also anticipate, and we must gird ourselves for the possibility that Donald Trump will appear before the cameras and declare himself the victor prematurely, early, without any basis in reality.
But he's also viewed by the American people as the most honest president we ever had.
You know, I don't want to go back to 2016, but you obviously predicted at the time that Trump would win. Last month, you wrote Trump is toast. Do you stand behind that today?
Oh, even more so. I just keep wondering the gift that the Trump campaign keeps giving us. I don't think they realize, I don't think they really are in touch with where the majority of Americans are at.
The greatest comeback in American political history. Donald Trump defeating Kamala Harris in a landslide. After surviving 2 impeachments, 2 assassins, and 94 felony indictments, he did it because you did it. The machine lost, and the Obama-Biden dynasty went down with it.
We did it, Joe.
This is the biggest red wave I've seen since Ronald Reagan's 49-state victory in 1984.
This was a sweeping victory.
The only reason this is even slightly competitive is the Electoral College. You take away the Electoral College and Donald Trump doesn't have a chance. Absolutely does not have a chance. And Kamala Harris would be spending an awful lot of time getting more votes out of California alone than she can get out of every one of these battleground states by campaigning their cause.
Woke, please welcome back the next president of the United States.
Like, everybody needs to be woke.
Do you have a prediction as to who is going to win?
As of right now, if the election were held today, it would be Kamala Harris. It would be a narrow win. Wisconsin and Michigan have moved in the right direction for her.
Can you beat Donald Trump?
I will beat Donald Trump. I will. I will.
Donald Trump has been elected as the next president of the United States.
History professor and presidential historian, Dr. Alan Lichtman. Now, you're known as the man who has correctly predicted 9 out of the last 10 presidential elections. Now, I think they stole Gore from you. You should be 10 out of 10.
My system predicts that Kamala Harris will become the first American woman president, at least cracking, if not shattering, the glass ceiling.
The fallout from Donald Trump's hate rally that he held on Sunday at Madison Square Garden has continued throughout this week. This is an issue that is going to haunt Donald Trump all the way through next Tuesday. But more importantly, it's haunting every single Republican in this country.
Just a flawed candidate. She doesn't speak well. She doesn't work hard. I'm not being mean or partisan. I don't know why the country would have rewarded this candidate with the big job when she couldn't make the case what she does as vice president that affects our lives in a positive way.
We have to give the American people more credit. And we have to understand that the American public and the people of our country are smart people who will make decisions about who will be their leader based on who they believe is capable, who they believe has an honest desire to lead, to represent, to see them, to be a voice for them.
People go to sleep on election night. He's going to go out there and claim victory. We know it.
I have a couple of things to think about for tomorrow, everybody. Number one, Trump's going to lose. He's going to lose badly. He's going to be wrecked. I don't know what the Electoral College count's going to be at the end of this, but it's going to get loud and it's going to get hard for him. Their panic is extraordinary. Their events in Georgia and North Carolina are basically about as well attended as a Pokemon card trading convention in Ass Crack, Alabama. This is a campaign in freefall. It's really, really fucked up.
A racist party, the Republican Party. It is a party that is, their principal platform is based on hate and anger. And Kamala Harris is a great candidate to just make that on its face look ridiculous. Nobody wants to be divided anymore except the far right. They'll get their division, and I predict Kamala Harris is going to win with 53% of the vote.
The fact that she is pulling that highly in 3 points on him in Iowa is huge. Because if it can be extrapolated for the rest of the country, it is a blowout tomorrow night.
Just a few numbers for people who were just waking up this morning on the West Coast. According to our exit poll, Donald Trump won among Latino voters 45%. He didn't win overall, but he earned the vote of 45% of Latinos. It's a huge, huge number. Latino men in particular.
Huge.
Just a note about that Iowa poll that we talked so much about the last few days that had Kamala Harris up by 3 points. Donald Trump right now winning Iowa by 13 points.
It's just unbelievable.
You have spoken, and Donald J. Trump will be the next president of the United States of America after a resounding and historic win. Now, when all the votes are counted, well, this will be an electoral landslide in every way imaginable. Donald Trump will also be the first Republican to win the popular vote since 2004. Republicans also won control of the U.S. Senate big time last night, and the GOP is favored to keep the majority in the House by a bigger margin than originally projected.
Whatever happens, I feel like we're in a very historic moment. You either will have the first woman president or a convicted felon. Yeah. And so it's historic in that way.
She was given that opportunity. I personally would like to thank the women of The View tonight. Yeah. For asking this question, for having her on. Oprah, we see you, and so on and so forth. People who thought they were doing her a favor because they made her something she's not. It's the opposite for Trump. They make him something he's not.
I've got a really good prediction record, so please don't fuck this up.